So hi everyone, here is Alessandro, and I'm the founder of Co-emerge, which is the brand name for the services I offer and that I developed thanks to the incubator as well. And today I want to bring you through a bit of a story and the why and the how I envision Co-emerge to be helpful for a post-growth entrepreneurship future. So I will start with myself, this little cute boy. I've always been a dreamy person with big ambitions since I was a little kid. So apart from like trying to make these two animals sort of become friends, which I guess was successful, I think the first thing that really sort of got me the why was my grandma. When I was very young, she wisely said, "Hey, Alessandro, you know, your name actually in Greek means protector of humans." And I thought at that time, I was like, what? Wow, okay, so I'm going to be protecting humans in my future. And I guess like that sort of non-rationally had quite some influence when I then decided to join law school and complete a degree in law. And while I was studying all these difficult books about tax and about civil rights and all that, I felt like I need this why, this ambition, this purpose that I've been looking for so much. I needed to be present and fired up. And somehow, I can't even remember how I found this quote from Mahatma Gandhi, who was actually a lawyer for 20 or 30 years. Who said, and the first sentence is something that I want your attention on, as he said, "I realized the true function of a lawyer was to unite parties river as under." So that was it. So what I was there to learn was about bringing people together, bringing them to, even in conflict and disagreement, trying to bring them together constructively so they could bring new, novel solutions to the world. This quote was so powerful for me that I printed it out and put it on a wall in the first job and law firm where I was working at. This was day one. Day two, our weather was very different. So what I've sort of faced was a business model, a corporate sort of environment whereby the individual success was rewarded at the expense of the whole. So, or exponential growth and accumulation and so on were rewarded, even if those sort of business model were having some externalities on the environment and on the customers, on the employees that were working for the company. Then I moved to working with startups, thinking like, well, the big corporates work this way, probably the startups will work differently, and they look at like solving real problems, when actually that was not the case. The same mentality was applying in the startup innovation scene. So I was there to help that from happening, and I did that for 5 years, to the point where I figured out, look, we're trying to solve very complex issues. We cannot do that with a mentality of profit accumulation, success of one individual company. We need a shift. We need a new mindset for it. Because the issues are too complex for one head or a few heads or just an extractive business model to fix it, or actually that's also the cause of it, of course, as it's apparent right now. So the shift in mindset is about integrating new perspective, bringing people together in a new whole so that they can function the same way our body functions. Our organs are not conflicting with each other when we're walking around and digesting and so on. So how can we bring people together? That needs to be happening first at the individual level and then a collective level. And the more I looked deep into this question, the more I actually turned to nature for answer, because nature has the beautiful way in which it brings diversity together. And I thought, why can't we just sort of like biomimic the way we collaborate with each other by looking at how nature works. Because although capitalism tried to sort of like do the same, it just cherry picked a few things and build a business model that is about the survival of the fittest and win-lose dynamics. But nature is telling us a very different story. It's about symbiotic relationships. It's about synergies. It's about new properties, new development. It's about qualities, not quantities. So not accumulation, but distribution. So all these thoughts brought me to Co-emerge, which is myself offering these three different sort of services. There is a personal development side where I work with individuals to broaden their perspective and become better leaders, and also bring their intuitions and their purpose to life in a better way, and work through resistances that might bring them to more of a scarcity mentality. To the group level, where I work with either teams or collaborators to help them develop a shared intention and shared action, so that they can go through conflicts in a much more in a much better way. Instead of breaking up, they could actually use conflicts for creating new solutions. And then on the right side, you've got the governance and more contractual relationship building, which is the thing that I've most experience with. But here is the difference. If a lawyer usually represents one party, you know, and then you've got a lawyer on the other side, what I would do, I will represent the relationship between two people, between two people cooperating, so that I could construct and help them construct a more mutual contractual relationship. So what I'm looking for is just for people that, if anything got triggered after this presentation, and if you're looking for collaborating with others and you're finding it difficult, please reach out. I would love to hear what's meaningful to you, what is that you want to achieve through collaboration, or if you know anyone that could be interested in these services, that would be great. So I will be dropping the form right now, and you can type your name and your interest there. Thank you so much.